We were ready for the final two Grand Prix races of the 2018 season, but the grid would be missing two high-profile members. Brett and Stuart Brown and Joe Millard were obliged to call it a day when Stuart's wrist injury continued to give him major problems. On a hard, fast track like Vesoul, it's just not possible to function with anything less than full fitness. Similarly, the big high-speed crash in qualifying by the Czech Chermak brothers ruled them out of any further part in the proceedings. The new champions, Marvin van Leeuwen and Ben van den Boogaard, seemed to have a relaxed qualifying, apparently content to let the others pick over the bones for the odd places. This was not the case, though, in morning warm-up. They posted the fastest time, and they looked every inch the superstars they are. Race one, and in beautiful weather conditions, the stage was set for a grand finale, and we got just that. Another flying start by Arno Dierkens and Luc Rostang gave them the whole shot. Koen Hermans and Nicolas Musset went with them, and there was yet another great start by Gary Moles and Steve Kerwin. The team from Northern Ireland have raised more than a few eyebrows this weekend with their speed. New champions Van Leeuwen and Van den Boogaard now sat fifth, behind Valentin Giraud and Johnny Badair, and Julian Velden and Glenn Janssens, but the French pair quickly moved up the order to challenge at the front. Fighting through from a bad start, Etienne Bax and Daniel Willemsen both gave themselves a hard job on this fast track, but Bax eventually made it to fifth, one place ahead of Willemsen. Velden and Janssens, meanwhile, had moved to the head of the race, and they were never to look back. Brett Wilkinson and Dan Chamberlain, as we've seen them do so many times this year, plugged away in great style, gobbling up places to finish fourth. There was also real drama when both Dierkens and Hermans went missing. Hermans was out with mechanical problems, and Dierkens was barely in the points, unable to steer the thing. These two casualties greatly helped Wilkinson, Bax and Willemsen, and as we all know, racing can be kind sometimes, but just as easily it can be very cruel. Mathematically, Bax could still take second in the standings from Hermans, but he'd need to win here to keep that hope alive. That chance was slim because Julian Velden and Glenn Janssens was supreme at the front, enjoying a 10-second lead over Valentin Giraud, with Van Leeuwen a third, a further 10 seconds back. Race 2, and Koen Hermans and Nicolas Musset made amends for race 1 and flew into a lead they were never to forfeit. Any chance of overall glory was gone, of course, but their second place in the table was safe now anyway. Etienne Bax and Casper Stupelis were in 6th and fighting hard, but the best they could do was close in on Julian Velden, and they were to finish 3rd. Van Leeuwen and Van den Boogaard rode well without too many risks and surrendered to Bax with about 5 minutes left on the clock. They'd be second overall anyway, just ahead of Bax. In 5th place again came Brett Wilkinson and Dan Chamberlain, having had 2 rides of which they can be very proud. But whilst Hermans might have demolished them all in this one, overall victory with a win and a 2nd place went to the very deserving Julian Velden and Glenn Janssens. It's been a great year, and we do it all again in 2019. So stay with us here over the close season on www.fimsidecarcross.com for all the news and gossip ahead of next year, and be sure to catch all the highlights on Motorsport TV.
Vont recevoir maintenant la médaille d'argent.